Hello there, peeps. This is Wadaketa the SB Gamer once again, and it's time to continue on with Kirby Squeak Squad Perfect Runs. This time, we'll be tackling Cushy Cloud. Also, yes, I adjusted the audio levels a bit. Hopefully this will be better. So this is Biospark, a ninja who's terrible at hiding. It gives you a ninja ability, which is honestly one of the cooler abilities in the series, in my opinion. Be careful with the climbs in areas like that. Alright. Use an air puff on that Scarfy. And just avoid this one so that we can avoid the Waddle-Doo. Deal with the Pararas as they will try to land on you otherwise. And if you inhale a Cret, it will either turn into a Gordo or an item. That's the first time it's turned into a Gordo for a while. And it will try to drop explosive coconuts above your head. I don't know if that was the invincibility from entering the room, or if it was an invincibility bug, like what I saw when dealing with the bubbleheads in the last world. I don't know. Well, be careful when dealing with this guy. And climb. Climbs actually do make me a bit nervous because of their lob shots. We're gonna make use of the terrain here to safely deal with this Sword Knight. And this actually won't bug us as long as we don't try to take its treasure. It'll try, but it, you know. And that Squeaker can keep his chest. I'm not after it. At least not right now. And that's the end of level 1. This is Glunk. It's a recurring normal enemy in the series, which shoots a projectile upward. The range of the projectile varies from game to game. Sometimes it's very, very short range. Other times, it can actually be very long range. This is an example of a case where it's really long range. You're not safe on top of the star blocks, for example. Never underestimate glunks. And of course, Kirby has his water gun. And this is the version that can be held and aimed in different directions rather than just a burst of air underwater. And this marks that it's time for another midboss, and I completely missed. This midboss is Boxy. She's easy, but don't underestimate her. She can be random like the magic ability is in Amazing Mirror. So you want to take this one slow. Some people might call this strategy I'm using very cheap, but it doesn't work on all enemies in the game, is the thing. So I'm gonna, and given the stakes, I'm sure as heck gonna use it to make things easier on myself. And you dodged it. Come on, don't be a troll, Boxy. Well, you certainly know how to stall. There's something. And it's a Waddle Dee. I'm gonna wait for her to dash, as that's the safest place. That's a pet brew. Not what I wanted. I know it's ironic that I wouldn't want a healing item, but I'd rather have edible ammunition and a safe way to get it. The Waddle Dees are too close to her that I can't get it safely. You can also inhale the gift boxes, but again, don't get greedy. Oh, come on, how is that? Oh, right. Cherries don't count toward being a star. Missed, and I almost was bad. Two pet brews, really? Okay, pet brews are nice, but I'd rather have Waddle Dees that I can eat and spit at you. Please. There, thank you. And there we go, Boxy's down. Hopefully for the last time, at least in this world. given that's not the last. It's a mid-boss, we're inevitably gonna have to fight it again. And let's deal with this Brontobart. And this Brontobart. Oh, missed. Take care of that Sparky. And Brontobart again. And there's Follies and Chips here that want to give us a bad time. Almost thought that Chip off-screened itself, but apparently not. Okay, let's time this. I'd rather not risk it there. That's a bit too tight corners. Oh well. And we're gonna let Doc get away with the chest. Hey genius, you missed your fort by a mile. I actually probably shouldn't diss him too much given I know who the boss of this stage is. Oh well. Onwards. That is a twister. It gives you the tornado ability, but it's honestly one of my least favorite abilities in existence. It's powerful, yes, but it's also you can't really control it very well. And like, actually, technically, I can control it because of my skill at Kirby games, but I just don't like using it. Anyway, we're starting to get a bit closer to the idea of a cloud-themed level, given we're climbing up to the clouds. Also, don't try sliding uphill there, because you'll more than likely get hit. Don't underestimate the blast radius of a Folly, but you can dodge all the Follies by staying glued to the right wall. And Sir Kibble. You know, the more I think about it, where does Sir Kibble's name even come from? Does he like dog food? Does the guy who created him like dog food? Or that sounded better in my head. Or is it just, is there another meaning for Kibble that I don't know about, or what? Or maybe I'm just overthinking this. That's entirely possible. Take care of the chips. And spin an air puff at the Myga. Inhale the Folly. Spit at the Snooter. Inhale the Folly. That was really close to exploding. I'm not actually sure what the blast radius of Follies are, but as we saw earlier, it looks pretty big. But it seems to be smaller than the radius suggests, so I'd have to test that. Of course not doing a perfect one, no, not happening. But still, I'm curious if it's really as dangerous as I think it is. And now we've got wind. That's close to clouds. Take care around the different Scarfies. Whee! There we go. And there's Metallums here, so exercise caution. Fun fact about Metallums that I actually found out in previous attempts. They can actually go uphill. I know, right? And that bun is gonna happily off-screen itself while we manage our inventory. Thank you for that. Let's take caution around the Gordos. And take out this Atchi. So I can easily, I guess the correct off-screened itself. Okay. So fun fact about the clouds in this level, you can actually cut them away with certain abilities. Since it unlocks secrets and shortcuts in the stages, because I'm playing with no ability, I have to go the predetermined path, but it's not all bad. Hey, Spin. So normally this is a race against Spinny to the end, so that you can try and take the chest from him. But because I'm not trying to get the treasure chests, I can take my time, and so I don't get hit by these Gordos. Wow. I think that's the best I've done against this race so far, with the perfect running. Okay, so you're gonna be a good boy today, Sparky? Yes, you are good, Sparky. So if you have this I think A Spark ability, you can release a huge electric discharge from these clouds. Pinpoint aim. You can, for the most part, ignore all these Scarfies. There's one here that you'll have to pay attention to. You'll just want to be on the right side of this cloud. And then take out these Bronto Birds. And for some reason at the top of this place, as you saw there, there are flamers. Not sure why. But whatevs. Yee. Trying to slide off the corners, but it's not working. And yeah, I missed the chest. Whatever. Okay. Boss time. And given we have a cloud-themed level, I'm pretty sure we all know who it is, though it's not exactly who you think. First up, let's heat up our metal. And we get Bubble. Let's jump high in a thunderstorm, because that's always a good idea. Magic. Let's add magic to magic. What does this equal? Ooh, okay. I consider getting Throw to be a good omen for me. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a good omen. Well, anyway, here's the Roach, and that's Mecha Kracko, piloted by Doc. Hey, no hard feelings, right? So Mecha Kracko is not very difficult, but if I'm not careful, attrition will kill me in this fight, so I'll have to be careful about that. Because he's got 2 phases, and a good bit of health on both. The first phase is the one I'm more concerned about, though the second phase will also get me if I'm not careful. Or if I'm just unlucky with enemies. And that's a big thing about Mecha Kracko. And I know people who have fought him before will say that will be confused about that before I get to the second phase. Surprised why I'm not scared of the second phase. But it's really the enemies he summons, especially if they're Waddle Doos, that are the dangerous. Mecha Kracko himself isn't really all that dangerous. It's all because of the enemies. Also, this attack will never hurt you unless you have something in Kirby's mouth. For some strange reason, Kirby's hitbox size increases in this game when he has something in his mouth, when it doesn't in any other game. That just gives you a further idea of how the programmers of this game had every idea in the world of what they were doing. Okay. Way to make me nervous! Okay, second phase. Immediately get to the ceiling. He's gonna destroy the ground, and you're gonna want to stay glued to the ceiling for the majority of this fight. Always stay on the opposite side of wherever Mecha Kracko is. Okay, he's being nice with platforms. Because of his attacks. That is not a safe attack to go down for a counterattack. You'll basically want to treat this like the Boxy fight, only with the stakes only with it's a bit more difficult. The waddle-doos make me nervous. This, where he sweeps the floor, is a perfect time to counterattack. Just be careful if it's a waddle-doo to not get hit by a beam whip. Just be careful in general not to get contact damage. That's the only attack that can hit you on the ceiling. So you just need to exercise caution. Also, never try to inhale the Starman. You'll only make things a lot harder on yourself than they really need to be. Okay, okay. You're being pretty nice to me, Doc. Is there a particular reason? I won't question. Okay. You can also sometimes get a counter in on this attack, but I'd recommend just trying to dodge it more. If your nerves are shot, just focus on dodging rather than countering. And he's destroying the platforms again. And you're not pulling out the 4 platforms. I won't complain. Okay, this again. That was a risky maneuver, but okay. Alright. Like I said, you want to stay on the opposite side. Okay, when the platforms are like this, never go down for a counterattack. Just focus on dodging above anything else. Okay. Like I said, this battle is easy, but if I'm not careful, attrition will get me. Okay, Waddle Doo is being a bit of a pain. Okay, I'm not even gonna go for that Waddle Dee. And that's it! Take that, Doc. That was actually a bit harder than I was expecting, but still. It wasn't... Mecha Kracko isn't that hard. It's more because of the enemies he summons that he's really difficult. That and the fact that he makes pits, but even then, that's just to dictate when you should go down or not. So yeah, with that, Cushy Cloud is done. Enjoy outtakes. That took a bit longer than expected, but still, yeah. I was pretty sure sliding worked on these guys. I guess they just have to be facing the right direction. Okay then. So, be careful around these guys because of lob shots like that. Gordo. I was wondering why I didn't get hit so quickly there. I don't need it. Ow. What's it called? Kirby Superstar. Be wary of the climbs. Ow. Okay, I was getting a bit reckless there. Otherwise, it's actually not a very difficult battle. But you do need to not do that. Woo. Ow! That was... a few times. Parara. They will try and land on you. For once, sliding up a hill didn't work. I'm recording, Mom! There we go. She gives you the magic ability, which in Amazing Mirror was just as unpredictable as she was. She is. Although, it was changed into an actual ability in Squeak Squad. I don't know if it still has the single-use move, though. Okay, I guess I have to go down, so that you can best dodge his attacks. Yes. Perfect. Ow, no! Blah! That's the worst way to go out in this boss fight. In your mouth or you jump. Okay. You're choosing to be a pain to- Ow! Yeah. Had I not inhaled that Waddle Doo, I would have been safe from that, but he put me in a bad position. And take out the Pararas. Okay, that was stupid of me. Attrition, man. Attrition. And they'll just gobble you up, meaning it's not at all a good idea. What even hit me there? It looked like the baddie hit me since it survived. And Dad distracted by Dad coming in. Oh boy. Okay, Boxing's gonna be a pain. Ow, yep, it's being a pain. Attrition! Aside from that, it's just making good calls. And like that, yep. Like I said, it's all the enemies he summons. Although that was a bad call on my part. There is a second phase, but we'll get to that in a bit. Yeet. Ow! Okay, yeah, that was bad call on my part. Random effect? Yeet. Ow! Okay, you got me. Good job. Say hello to Boxy. Boxy is unpredictable, much like the ability it gives you, Magic was in Amazing Mirror. I know that Magic was changed into an actual ability in Squeak Squad, but I forget if it still retained the attack from Amazing Mirror or not. Anyway, Boxy, like I said, Boxy is unpredictable. The best chance to counter it, time to counter it, is when it does that dash attack while there's an enemy on screen. And even then, it's a good dodger. Thankfully, it doesn't have that much health. You can also inhale the gift boxes, but like I said, don't bother. It's you just want to exercise caution in this fight, above all else. I was hoping for you to jump there, apparently not. There we go. Ah, you meat shielded. Stop shielding yourself. You only have 1 hit point left. Come on. Yeah, this not ridiculous. That might be close. Okay, no, I can't. 2 more hits left. That's too close. Can you please dash? Thank you. Oh, come on. Boxy is not normally this bad, okay? It's ridiculous. Wow, Wow. Somebody knows how to be a troll. Someone's been taking lessons from Gabrielle. He's not quite dangerous enough to be fair just yet. Oh, come on. You just really know how to be a troll. There. And we're nowhere near close to the end of the world. So watch me fail after all that. Well, that backfired. After all that, too, with the very, very trollish AI of the Boxy. Oh well. Let's try it again. Also, be careful. Okay, there. Oh dear, this is not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. Well, that's what happens when you try to inhale a Scarfy. This is a laser ball. I am now convinced that there is a bug that involves invincibility when Kirby is inhaling something. Because that's like the 3rd time that's happened. It also happened with the Bubblehead enemies earlier. Ow. So, 3 worlds down. This one was a bit harder than I expected it'd be. Cushy Cloud is definitely where the game starts to layer on the difficulty. Even so... I give Cushy Cloud a 4 out of 10. Honestly, when I started, I thought the rating would be a 2. Then as I tried and tried, I realized there was at least a 3, matching the last world. And when I really thought about it, the enemy placement and a few aspects of the boss fight shot the rating up to a 4. There's a few places with tight spaces and enemies that are not to be underestimated. A few that come to mind being the section with climbs in the beginning of the level, and also some of the sections with ashes in level 4 can be hard to get around if you don't prepare yourself properly. Boxy is not difficult at all if you stay clinging to the ceiling. Your worst enemy there is just bad calls. Mecha Kracko, on the other hand, only has real difficulty, and I say this lightly, in the first phase of the fight. For the second phase, it's all about getting lucky with enemies and not making any bad calls. Any difficulty beyond that comes from the enemies it spawns, especially the Waddle Doos. Changing the subject slightly, regarding Mecha Kracko, back in middle school when I had only played Kirby Superstar Ultra, me and Eclipse would joke around about what it would be like if there was a Mecha Kracko made for a Kirby game. Imagine our surprise when we found out it was actually a thing. So with that, thank you very much for watching, I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you all next time. Until then, bye ya!